To be honest, I forgot the title of the video. To be honest, I wrote the title of the video down, but I forgot what it was going to be about. This video is going to be about recognizing things that come and allowing them to do so without friction. Where the things you cannot control, you just let go of this idea that it can be prevented, and you just recognize how bad it is and shift your thinking to how am I going to go about solving this problem. So instead of avoiding it, you end up just facing it head on with full acceptance that okay, so this is gonna happen. How can I either minimize the damage control, or give this a solution altogether? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about my approach to accepting that this difficult situation, whatever it may be, is going to take place no matter what I do. And since the start of grade 7, I've been able to start for my school football team. It was great to always be out on the pitch and playing football with my teammates. But as I grew older and moved up to the oldest category, the age category in my school's football team, I found myself sitting on the bench even though my peers who were the same age as me got to play in the starting 11. It was a situation I hadn't been placed in since I was in grade school. So this only added to getting rejected by two teams before the difficult situation I just described. So I made it my mission to start playing again. It didn't matter who it was or where I played. I just wanted to play again and regain my confidence. Luckily, I had a teammate who would actively join the open play where random people would show up, and I started coming in regularly with my friend, and my confidence started to come back, and I realized that I wasn't the bad player I thought I was. I just needed to start doing what I love to do again, and that was to play football. Even though I said that I got rejected by two teams after trying out, I'll go back earlier and tell you about the time I got rejected when I tried out for my school team when I was about 8 years old. I don't remember much, but my mom told me that I was devastated to the point where I would bike around the city aimlessly. This was probably one of my earliest memories of rejection, and my dad helped me get back up on my feet by building me up. Every time he would pick me up from the soccer academy that I played at, we would go to Legazpi Park. There, he would bully me to the ground and bump me more than 30 times before it was 7 p.m. and we had to go home for dinner. Even when I didn't get what I wanted, I knew that there had to be some sort of room for improvement. So, until I got the chance to get into the team again, I was going to fill that room and make sure that no vacuum of space was present. So, the first was difficulty accepting a fault that made me get benched. I wasn't good enough. The second was difficulty in not getting what I wanted. So, the final example is when people have a problem with you. I could name situations better than this, the one that I'm about to name, but this one seemed like the lightest and um, perfect for conversation. Just recently, one of my longtime friends unfollowed me on Instagram. I'm not sure if it was by accident or if he really did that because I posted something that he did not agree with, or but nevertheless, my immediate thought was, did I do anything wrong? I should have done something that resulted in this happening, and my mind just ran wild. As I let it sit for a few days, I just let the scenario of confronting him play in my head. If I did confront him, wouldn't I just get the response of, yes, you did something really bad, or I did it to impress my friends, or the oh haha, it must have been a glitch, I'll just follow you back. All these things to me just say I don't think we should keep the interaction as frequent as it was back then. This is a reality that I've learned through this situation and a handful of other situations before this one. People will grow apart, and feelings cannot remain consistent, and maybe he will come back, maybe he won't, but I've decided that it cannot be relied upon. to be okay with this, I thank myself for the time we spent together. And if he decided to come back, then I will welcome him with open arms. Though severed, I wouldn't disregard the bond that was formed in the past. These three situations are difficult things to accept. Sometimes we are not enough, sometimes I cannot get what I want, and sometimes people will have a problem with it. From there, I've learned that accepting it means allowing yourself to identify the problem and work towards solving it right away. The problem that leads to me getting benched was that I was not confident enough on the ball. The course of action after accepting and coming to terms with it was to play in an environment that inspired individual football to take place. The problem with me not getting on my grade school team was that I was not good enough. So I worked on one aspect of my game, which I became known for as my football journey played out. The problem with the unfollow situation is that I think that um, relationships are constant. I used to think that, but in actuality, they may fluctuate. Whatever it is, I solved it by not taking it personally because no direct contact had been made with me. If he comes back, welcome back. If he keeps his distance, then there is a person who will welcome him with open arms, and that person is me because I hold no grudge. So, when you come to terms with the situation, you get to start rebuilding yourself. When you realize that nothing is permanent, you start to make the most out of the moments that you have right now. When you come to terms with a difficult situation that you've been placed in, you just start to go towards moving forward again. The coming to terms with it process takes time, so don't rush it. Just don't lose hope in this stage because at the end of it is the charge this to experience moment that will leave you better than you were when you started. Welcome to welcome the difficult situation with open arms. This has been why you should welcome everything with open arms, and thank you for letting me explain. A little side note, I had this mic even before, but I just realized that editing with the sound output from this mic is just easier from dealing with one file. I don't know. I'm dealing with two separate files, this video and this audio, but I feel like it's just easier. I don't know why it's more efficient for me. And I'll just share like um the past few days I've been feeling really alone. So I do talk to my friends on chat, but I don't know when was the last time I actually had like a good one-on-one conversation with someone besides my mom, besides my dad, because I'm an only child. So it's a difficult situation for me. But as just like with this video, um, so the scenario is I'm not talking to a lot of people intimately. One on one is not good, but I think the course of action is just going to be figuring out, okay, so who have I talked to? And those are the ones that are worth talking to. Those are the ones that are worth building a relationship with. Those plants are alive. The ones that haven't talked to me, the ones that I haven't talked to, they're dead plants. Don't water dead plants, which is a video for another time. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for letting me explain. Thanks for letting me explain welcoming situations with open arms, the title of this video. And yeah, bye bye.